Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Adam Pearce announced 2 major matches and that we would hear from Rhea Ripley for tomorrow night's episode of WWE Raw. This week's edition of the Red Brand will take place at the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. The Raw general manager shared a new video today previewing the upcoming show. Pearce revealed that Men's Elimination Chamber participants Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, and CM Punk will be featured on tomorrow night's episode of Raw. It was also announced that the New Day will be taking on the LWO in a tag team match, and Penta will be in action in a triple threat match against Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser. Adam Pearce also reminded everyone that the Women's Intercontinental Championship and the Women's Tag titles would also be on the line for tomorrow's show. In addition to that, Rhea Ripley will be speaking ahead of her title match against #1 contender Io Sky. However, he did not confirm if the Eradicator would be appearing in person for this week's episode of Rhea Ripley is not scheduled to compete at WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 on March 1. She will be defending the Women's World Championship against Io Sky on the March 3 edition of WWE Raw. Legendary wrestling journalist Bill Apter recently predicted who would win the Women's World Championship match between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Speaking on Wrestling Smack Talk podcast, Apter stated that he thought Rhea Ripley would successfully defend her title against the Genius of the Sky next month on WWE. However, he added that the match would serve as a showcase for the damaged CTRL star next week on Netflix. You can check out Apter's comments in the video below. Ripley captured the Women's World Championship from Liv Morgan on the January 6, 2025 episode of WWE Raw. It will be fascinating to see if the Eradicator can hold onto her title until WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. The anticipation was palpable as the lights dimmed on the Monday Night Raw stage, signaling that something monumental was about to unfold. The crowd in the arena buzzed with excitement, knowing that Raw had been building up to something big, and tonight their patience was about to be rewarded. In a special segment, Adam Pearce, the authority figure for WWE Raw, made his way to the ring to a raucous ovation from the crowd. For weeks, fans had speculated about major developments for WWE's flagship program, and the evening's announcement would not disappoint. Pearce, with a confident stride, stood in the center of the ring with a microphone in hand. He looked out at the passionate WWE universe, soaking in the moment before addressing the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I have some major news to share with you all. Over the past few weeks, the stakes have been raised, and it is time for some groundbreaking matches to unfold right here on Raw. Pearce's words sent a wave of excitement through the audience, but this was just the beginning. He paused for a moment, allowing the tension to build before delivering the next bombshell. First off, I'm proud to announce that at the upcoming WWE Payback event, there will be a monumental match, one that will shake the very foundation of this business. A steel cage match between 2 of Raw's most formidable superstars, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. The arena erupted into cheers as the crowd realized what they had just heard. A steel cage match where the only way to win is to escape the cage or pin your opponent for the 3 count. McIntyre and Sheamus, 2 of WWE's hardest-hitting heavyweights, had been at odds for months, their rivalry becoming personal as each man tried to outdo the other in brutal confrontations. Now, with a cage set to enclose them, there would be no escape from the violence that had been building between them. Fans could barely contain their excitement as the prospect of this match turned the energy in the arena up to 11. Pearce allowed the crowd's reaction to die down before continuing. That's not all. As if the steel cage match wasn't enough to get you excited, I have another piece of news that's sure to make your night even better. After months of anticipation, after weeks of speculation and wondering when she would return, I am thrilled to announce the return of none other than the Raw Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. The arena went absolutely wild as fans screamed in pure excitement. Rhea Ripley, who had been away from television due to various reasons, was one of the most dominant women's champions in recent memory. Her return was something fans had been begging for, and tonight they would finally get it. Pearce's announcement set off a wave of cheers that filled the entire venue. The Raw Women's Champion was back, and no one knew what to expect from her after her time away. Would she return to reclaim her throne? Or did she have an entirely new agenda? With the fans still roaring, Adam Pearce continued with his news. But there's one more surprise, one more match that will blow your minds. Next week, right here on Raw, Rhea Ripley will go one-on-one with none other than the powerhouse of the division, Bianca Belair. The announcement left the audience speechless for a moment. The idea of these two women, both incredibly athletic, strong, and dominant in their own right, battling it out in the ring was a dream match in the making. Bianca Belair, the former SmackDown Women's Champion, had made her mark in WWE with her unmatched athleticism, speed, and strength, but now she would face a different kind of challenge in Rhea Ripley. Ripley, with her brutal and no-nonsense style, had proven time and time again that she was not to be underestimated. Pearce's eyes gleamed with excitement as he added the final details. This will be a non-title match, but make no mistake, this is about proving who is truly the most dominant force in the women's division. Next week on Raw, it will be Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, and one of them will leave with bragging rights. It's a match you do not want to miss. As Pearce concluded, the crowd was absolutely electrified. WWE fans around the world now had not one, but two major matchups to look forward to in the coming weeks. The steel cage match between McIntyre and Sheamus at Payback, and the showdown between Ripley and Belair on the next episode of Raw. These were not just matches, they were battles that would define careers and leave lasting legacies. The landscape of Raw was about to change, and it all started with these bold announcements. The fallout of Adam Pearce's announcement. As Raw progressed, the impact of Adam Pearce's announcements reverberated throughout the WWE universe. Fans took to social media, discussing the matches, speculating about the potential outcomes, and eagerly awaiting the next chapter of these rivalries. For Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, the stakes couldn't be higher. Their history together in WWE was long and storied, filled with respect, but also intense competition. A steel cage match meant that there would be no room for alliances, no way out of the brutal confrontation that awaited them at Payback. The thought of these two men battling it out in such a high-stakes environment had fans counting down the days. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley's return was perhaps the biggest news of all. For months, the champion had been absent from television, leaving the door open for speculation about her future. Was she still the same dominant force? Had time away from the ring made her even more dangerous? The Raw Women's Championship was firmly around her waist, but with competition from talents like Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, could she continue to hold on to that gold? Her upcoming match against Bianca Belair, next week, promised to be nothing short of spectacular. Fans of both women knew that the clash would be physical, and neither Rhea nor Bianca was one to back down from a fight. Their styles were so different, Ripley's hard-hitting, brutal attacks versus Belair's athleticism, speed, and resilience. It would be a true test of who was the superior competitor. As the next week of Raw drew closer, the build to Ripley versus Belair reached a fever pitch. Videos showcasing both superstars' past accomplishments aired during every break, reminding the WWE universe of what they were about to witness. The two women's intense training montages filled the television screen, with Ripley preparing in a gym, lifting massive weights, and showing off her power, while Belair worked on her agility, strength, and signature moves that made her the EST of WWE. The rivalry was more than just about physicality. It was about proving who could truly stand tall in the women's division. Rhea Ripley had been dominant, no doubt about it. But Bianca Belair had spent the better part of the last year establishing herself as a force to be reckoned with, and she was not going to let Ripley have an easy return. When the bell rang the following week on Raw, the atmosphere was electric. Fans were on their feet, their chants growing louder by the second, as they eagerly awaited the epic confrontation between these two top-tier competitors. This creative piece continues to build momentum around the matches announced, enhancing the excitement around the showdowns between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, and Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, culminating in the high stakes of their respective bouts. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.